Hello friends, welcome to the channel Learn Electrical with Prasad. Today in this session we are going to learn about the electrical basics starting from the concepts of voltage and current, effect of temperature on resistance, types of current, active and passive elements and circuit analysis. So this session is especially for those who are preparing for SSC Okay, SSC in electrical domain, and also for those who are preparing for IPAD. You know, this exam is to enter into the corporate world, is conducted by private firms for the selection, for especially for engineering graduates. Okay, so let's start the session. Let's understand the concept of voltage and current using the given analogy. So it is the water circulatory system. So here we have water pump, due to which high pressure is created on this side and low pressure is created on this side. So water flows from high pressure to low pressure due to diffusion. So you have you heard about the concept of diffusion in 10th standard, right? So flow of anything from high concentrated area, high concentrated region to low concentrated region. So this is the thing. In the same way, here we have a cell about of 1.5 volt, which is the source of EMF, that is voltage. Due to this potential difference, that is here we have positive terminal and here we have negative terminal. So flow of charges takes place from positive terminal to negative terminal. Here we have high pressure to low pressure. Water flows from high pressure to low pressure. Here we have flow of electrons. Flow electrons. It is termed as I. Okay, so it is termed as high. So here we have resistance. That is here is where flow of water slows down. In the same way, here we have load. That is bulb. That is the load. This load offers some resistance to the flow of charges. So coming to the topic of current, flow of free or valence electrons in a conductor. So okay, what do you mean by valence electrons? Valence electrons is the electrons existing in an atom at the outermost shell of an atom. So normally we say it as a conduction band, the electrons existing in a conduction band, and the movement of electrons through a metal is called the flow of charges. Okay, so flow of charges in a given time is measured and termed as current I, and its SI unit is ampere. Okay, so let's proceed further. From the previous slide, it is evident that the potential difference only makes flow of charges in a conductor. Okay, so how can we relate the voltage and current parameters using a mathematical equation? So the Ohm's law. So Ohm's law states that the current I flowing through a conductor, say you have A to B conductor, okay, having a potential difference, having a 1.5 volt, say. Okay, so it is the positive potential and it is the negative potential. So it's directly proportional to the potential difference V across its ends, provided the physical condition, that is temperature, do not change. Okay, so what do you mean by the proportionality? So proportionality means when the voltage increases, the current also increases. Okay, so this is the relation. So using the graph, we can explain this as the value of voltage increases, the current through the circuit also increases linearly. Okay, so the proportionality constant, that is, if we take the ratio of V by I, we get the constant, and that is R, resistance. So you know the SI unit of resistance is ohm. Okay, it is measured in the terms of ohm. So resistor is also defined in the way that using a conductor. So resistance depends upon the directly is proportional to length of the conductor. Okay, and it is inversely proportional to the area of cross section. Okay, cross section of the material conductor. So using this relation, we relate this term as R equal to rho L by A. So what is rho? Rho, it is the nature of resistivity. We say this as specific resistance. Okay, specific resistance. It depends upon the nature of the material, nature of the metal. Okay. And another important thing which you need to understand here is about the drawbacks of Ohm's law. So Ohm's law is only applicable where the temperature do not change. Okay, and the strain of the conductor. So due to the temperature variation in the India compared to other countries, in India we follow 230 volts and 50 hertz in all home appliances and for electrical transmission and distributions. Okay, so in US we follow 120 volts and 60 hertz due to the temperature variation in India and compared to other countries, that is US. Okay, so remember this thing, this is very important. Okay, so another drawback of Ohm's law is it's only applicable for passive elements, resistor, inductor and capacitor. So it is not applicable for active elements. You know that BJT, MOSFET, we are going to study in next slides. Okay, let's see effect of temperature on resistance. Okay, we all know from the previous slides, temperature directly affects Ohm's law, behavior of Ohm's law, behavior of voltage, current and resistor parameters. Okay, so how it affects, let's see. So increase in resistance. So let's say we have a resistors at 0 degree Celsius. So we term it as R naught, and we raise the temperature for the circuit, and we find that the resistor, we measure the resistor at T degree Celsius. Okay, so from R naught to RT. So temperature rise, increase in resistance del R equal to RT minus R naught. This is the formula. It depends upon the directly on its initial resistance, that is directly proportional on its initial resistance, that is R. Okay, R, and directly on the rise in temperature. Okay, from 0 degree Celsius to T degree Celsius, the rise in temperature is T. Okay, on the nature of the material of the conductor, you know about the specific resistance, that is rho, and about the whether it is a metal or a semiconductor, it depends on it. Okay, so we can express these following factors in the form of mathematical equations. So RT minus R naught, that is the rise in resistance, is proportional to original resistance into temperature. Okay, temperature, rise in temperature. So this alpha is nothing but a proportionality constant. Okay, so on solving this equation, we conclude this as alpha equal to RT minus R naught by R into T, product of resistor and the temperature rise. So this is the formula. So temperature coefficient of resistance is defined as the increase in temperature, that is RT minus R naught per ohm original resistance, that is R, per degree Celsius rise in temperature, that is T. Okay, so we conclude that for RT equal to R naught into 1 plus alpha T from this equation. So this equation is very important while solving the problems. Okay, from the above graph, it is evident that as the temperature increases from minus 200 degrees Celsius to positive degree Celsius, the temperature coefficient of resistance also increases for various metals. Okay, so we have here copper, aluminum, sodium, lead, that is various conductors. And in the case of insulator, it is quite opposite. That is, you will find as the temperature rises, you will find there is a steep decrease in resistance in the insulators. You know about the insulators, right? So we conclude from the above equation that we have a positive temperature coefficient of resistance for conductors. In the case of conductors, so in the case of insulators, we have negative temperature coefficient of resistance. So let's move on to the next topic. Next topic is types of current. So the current which flows from battery to the circuit, from an DC source to the external circuit, is called direct current. Okay, from this DC supply provides current to flow in one direction. So starting from the positive terminal, current flows throughout the circuit and ends at the negative terminal. So it is the one-way direction. Okay. So coming to the alternating current, the current which flows from the AC source, AC main supply we have in home appliances, that is AC three-phase supply, single phase supply. So that type of current is called alternating current. AC supply that causes current flow in both the directions. So you look at the waveforms, so it's alternating in nature. So if you look at the waveform of the direct current, the magnitude of voltage or current is constant over a period of time. So in the case of alternating current, it's alternating in nature. That is, it reaches a positive level and it reaches the negative level and ends at t. This is called the time period. It's called a complete cycle of a wave or an AC wave. So we study those in detail in further slides. Okay, so next we are going to study about the elements used in the circuits. Okay, coming to the concept of circuit components, what are active and passive elements? Let's see about these things in detail. So first, active element, an element which is a source of electrical signal or which is capable of increasing the level of signal energy is termed as active element. Here the transistors and these diodes are used in the amplification process, amplification of this amplification of signals. Okay, they are used for this purpose, and also the modification of these signals using clipper and clamp circuit. Okay, we are going to see those in details later. Coming about the passive elements, so it is the energy storing elements or the elements which obeys Ohm's law is called passive elements. In the case of active elements, it doesn't obey Ohm's law. Okay, so we have seen about the resistor in previous slides, and inductor is something which stores the electrical energy in the form of magnetic energy, and these are the energy storing elements. In the capacitor, we have studied about in electrostatics. Okay, so let's see the operation of passive elements in detail in the circuit analysis. Let's see about the passive elements and their behavior in DC as well as in AC circuit, how it behaves. Let's see. Okay, here we have circuit components, that is resistor, inductor and capacitor. So this is the voltage across the resistor. We have here that current, it is the product of current and the value of resistance, current through the given resistor, that is A and B. Voltage across the given resistor is current through the given resistor I into the value of resistance. Okay, so in the case of DC circuit, it just resists the DC current, and it doesn't make much difference in DC and AC circuit. In both circuits, it just resists the current flow of charges. Okay, so coming to the concept of inductor, so inductor, it is the energy storing element. It will store the electrical energy in the form of magnetic energy. So we have here the voltage across the inductor. We use this formula to find voltage across the inductor, that is the value of inductance multiplied by the rate of flow of charges during the given time dt. Okay, so behavior in DC circuit, so it stores DC current and it acts as a short circuit. It just allows the current to flow through the circuit in the case of DC circuit. In the case of AC circuit, it actually doesn't allow sudden change in current. Okay, so initially we have no current, and if we connect this to a DC source, the current lags behind the voltage. Okay, pi by 2. That is, it will block the flow of charges for certain period of time, about a millisecond. Okay, so this is the thing. So about the capacitor is also the energy storing element, and we find the voltage across the capacitor using this formula, the total charge stored by capacitor value. Okay, we find the voltage across the capacitor. So it, in the case of DC circuit, it totally blocks the DC circuit. It doesn't allow the flow of charges, because it creates an opposite voltage equal to the supply voltage. Okay, so it opposes the supply voltage. That's why there will be no current through the circuit. So in the case of AC circuit, the current leads the voltage by 90 degree. In the case here, in the case of inductor, we have the voltage leads the current by 90 degree. Here, current leads the voltage by 90 degree. Okay, so this is the thing. That's all for today's session. In the next video, we are going to discuss about the DC circuits and the network reduction techniques. If you have any queries regarding the topics discussed, just leave in the comment box. For latest updates, subscribe to Learn Electrical with Prasad. Thank you guys.